Hello and welcome to palemoon Juggler. Today we're going to do the history of palemoon, which is very interesting. The first question that pops to mind: why the history? Well, the history is something I believe in. I believe that everything returns from a reason, so it's always a curve that goes up, down, up, down. You will see it in a lot of things, but that is my personal belief. So um, I like to see what came from where. So this series, especially, this is just like the intro or maybe something more. Will be also going on in the same time with the deck reviews, but as you know, Pale Moon didn't get a lot of support, so I'm trying to build every build that is possible. And yeah, if I find something that is really amazing to play, or something I think it's more than it's something different from the Pale Moon, you will see it. I think about Elemental, I think about Silverthorn, and so I decided to start a mini series on this channel for the Pale Moon, the history of the Pale Moon. So based around the three characters. It will be Kiriya Bidou, Asaka Narumi, the assassin, and Luna Yumizuki. So, what will be the purpose? What can you expect from the history of Pale Moon? Well, it's very easy. I will build every deck that is possible of these characters, and I will also try to playtest them with friends or with mates. So you can actually see the build and what was supposed to do. That means that for me it's going to be a lot of research from the anime, so I have to see a lot of Pale Moon anime episodes and try to decide how I will build the deck, and also looking only at the cards that are in there. If there are spaces, I will make a judgment which cards should be there, considering the time and the place. But of course, yeah, this is what you can expect. So as the first character of this series, I will pronounce myself as a first character. I'm so happy. The thing is with the deck is that I just want to show. I can't show you. You see a lot of my decks already, so I don't think it's useful that I show them again. But the thing with me is where I started and how I started. Well, it was like I told before, and I told a million times, I played 8 years of Pokemon, which I really enjoyed. It was like the timeout that you needed when everything was not that great. It was a time that I enjoyed Pokemon more than I do now. Now I literally stopped everything. Before, few months ago, I was still playing the TCG, but now I'm like, fuck it. The thing is, yeah, at one of that tournaments, one guy who was a good friend of mine, his father organized everything from Pokemon. He handed me a card which was Dynamite Juggler, and I was like, yeah, that looks great. A little context about that: I was is a very good word. I was a juggler, and I was specialized in juggling with balls, and that sounds so wrong, but fuck it. So juggling was a part of my job and a part of my being. I was at work at the time when in a place where we taught a lot of children different sports, and my specialty was circus, and it still is. I can still do a lot of things. Maybe I should put a video of that. Maybe in the future. But the thing was, I was really enjoying circus because it was like something free and something I am actually good at. So I specialized in circus, and I followed different lessons for circus, for juggling, for stuff like that. And that guy just handed me the card, and I was like, dynamite juggler. I was always searching for something more interesting, something more interactive to do, because I don't know if you know that, but I have really stage fright. Most of the people who knows me are like, oh my god, you, it's not possible, but it is. I have always a problem when a lot of people are watching at me. I don't like it. Always feel watched, and I'm started to fuck up. And when you fuck up, everything goes down very fast. So, yeah, that guy just handed me the dynamite juggler, and I was like, "Hey, what is that? What is the meaning?" Well, he said to me like, "This is a new card game. Don't worry, it's going to be broken. It's going to be go away very soon because it's going too fast." And I was like, "Okay, let me see it." So every tournament that I saw, he had something with a juggler from me. So it was a skull juggler. It was all the time jugglers, and I was like, I getting interesting. And he taught me the game, which with the first deck I ever played, which was Enigma, Dimensional Police. It was the right chain, so it was like, meh, I don't like it. It was too stiff for me. But the thing that I put out of it was the right chain and the interaction. Pokemon don't have that interaction. You play your turn, you do a lot of shit, and then you're like, okay, pass, and then the other one goes its turns and do his shit and attack, and that's it. No interaction, no. Anyway, it's no interaction anyway, so it's basically just I attack, and that's it. No counter, no interaction. So it's most of the time you're just waiting. And this game offered me some interaction with the opponent. You have something like a guard. Guard is the best thing I can ever enjoy, because the attack is really simple. It's really asking you to do something with it. They attack you. You can actually defend it. You don't have to stand there frozen like, meh, maybe it will hurt me, maybe it will kill me. But I like the idea of guard, that you can actually intercept, actually can do something when they attack you. And also the interaction, the social interaction that you get with it. Oh my god, he got a critical trigger. Oh shit, I have to guard this, or I'm dead, and stuff like that. It's more fun to look it that way than, oh, there you go, he does 130 damage and I'm dead. Okay, I will put one over a new active Pokemon. Let's see what it does. But yeah, so yeah, after that, a while he also gave me the first Palemoon deck. He let me play with it, but I didn't like it that much because it was really OCG. It was very simple. You call something and stuff like that. So I was like, interesting, but not enough. So I started first with Amaterasu build. So I bought a team deck and I started to build it out, which was very fun. And then I started to play with friends from Aalst. I was like the first one who played with them, and then they started to join. One of my friends, Kim, also joined up, and we started to play test with two. And after a while, there came people with it, and yeah, so carry on. And around set 7, I had the money for the first box I ever will buy, and I was like, okay, there is Palemoon in it, so I will go for it. So I went to the box. I had a lot of Great Nature, Angel Feather, and also the first Liqueur. Liqueur at that moment wasn't very expensive. He was 2-3 euros because everyone was like, he's bad. And in the end, he was really bad. If you can see to this point, he's very mediocre. But yeah, I started to build the deck around him. I started to collect all the pieces that I could have and so on. So yeah, in the sides, I was still building other decks like Amaterasu, Easel I played, but it was most of the time Liqueur because I simply loved her and how she interacted with everything. And yeah, so I went to tournaments with it. I played with it, and in the end, it came set 12 where we get the whole Silverthorn archetype, which was very interesting because I was like, yay, I can play with this, and I built the full Silverthorn. But as expected, I needed some more background, some more testing, so I started to play with friends, and then I went to Brussels outpost where they taught me really to play Silverthorn, which was really cool. So I had liqueurs, I had the reverse liqueur, I had everything to play with it. So in the end, I just built Silverthorn full out with everything I found. So that was my first pro deck where I played a lot of years, 2 3 years, the original build, because it was just too fun to play. So I really enjoyed the deck at itself. Um, then comes the G era, and we get Harry. Harry in first hands was like, I don't like him. He's so, yeah. You have to stride, and that's still something that's in my mind. If you have to stride, I always prefer limit break before stride. Even though stride gives you one card more with a stride, but you have to wait till grade 3. And if you have some friends like mine, some of them built a deck that wasn't going to 3. I think about Seven Seas, Rush, Blaster Blade, Sanctuary Guard, and stuff like that. So Harry was in the bottom of me, of it. Also, I tried Sarah build. Sarah, Sword Magician, Sarah is when she gets a tree, she goes into the soul, she comes back, she comes into soul, stuff like that. But it wasn't good enough. And I was kind of looking for the Legion, but the Legion was really hard to find at that moment. Now I have 4 or 5 of them already, but at that moment it was too busy, so I just stay with Silverthorn, and then I went to I could build the Legion, and I built it also, but it wasn't good enough to actually do something. So yeah, in the end, the Harry has taken the upper hand, but I still love to play with my original Vanguard, Silverthorn, Empress, Lukua. Um, yeah, my decks that I played was first I played the uh, uh, how you call it, Silverthorn, no, not the Silverthorn, the Beast Tamer build, like the Turquoise Beast Tamer, Gold Beast Tamer, and so on. That was replaced with Sarah Swordmaster, with Nightmare Doll Alice, and so on, and that got replaced by Silverthorn. Silverthorn has been the major of time that I played, and I still play it with a lot of fun. And then I played only for palemoon. I played the Harry, and because Harry wasn't good enough, I went to Silverthorn again, and then to Harry, and so on. I just keep switching between those two. Um, in the middle, also Nightmare Doll came out, and Nightmare Doll, the catch, it was really how you say it, stupid to start with. But then we got the Beatrice and stuff like that, and then you started to play it. So I played that deck too, and I kept it with me. So it's still. But the thing I don't like it about you, it's a one-trick pony. You just do one thing, loop Alice till you can't, and when you can't, it's done. Nothing more, nothing less. In the meantime, outside of Pale Moon, I also played a lot of other decks. I'm almost round with every deck I ever could play. Played Beast Deity, I played Oracle Think Tank, I played Genesis. I'm now playing how you call it, Darkwings, Cajero. I played a lot of decks already. There is only 4 more decks that I have, 5 more decks that I have to go to. That Bermuda, Tachika, Spike Brothers. Let me think. Narukami and Great Nature, Neonectar. Oh shit, I have a lot of decks to go to. But the main why I pilot these different decks is just the main reason that you really learn so much about it. Angel Feather is also one of them who I really need to practice more with. So the basic of playing different decks is just that you can learn the different things and learn the different decks, and so you know what you have to do against it, or know which unit does what, which I really enjoy to know. How can you build your strategy if you don't know what your opponent is doing or what he is intended to do? You can stop it if you know it on time. This is about it for me. So as I told before, this will be the first of, if I'm not mistaken, 3 more episodes. Every episode will focus around one character. So our next one is Kiriya Bidou, who played one deck and played in season 1 of the Vanguard, who is built around Illusionist Robert. So I'm going to play that with friends also, so that will be my next build. I don't know when it will be, because it's depending what's going on the palemoon world, but at this moment it's very quiet, so I have the time to do it. Also my schedule is my next thing that I will do is a tournament Sunday, and tomorrow I will go some play testing with guys, but it will be more Link Joker related. I have Omega Glandios that I really want to try out, with of course an SP Venus, reverse Lucu. Why? Because it's Lucu. Silly question. So this weekend, well, maybe I will go for a tournament report of this Sunday, but that's about it. Next week we will see what will happen, but there is a possibility that I will go over Kiriya Bidou, his deck, and then I will try to get some friends with me to try the deck out. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit a like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more of this. Also very important, we have a comment section for it. If you ever need, if you have a subject to make a video about, or that you want to know more about, or my vision about something, and don't hesitate to come to place it, so I can look into it and see if it's good enough. It's always good enough, but is it if it's possible to build something around it or to play it. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you all again later.